In the early 1960s, psychologist Albert Bandura conducted a classic experiment on learning and aggression. Preschool children watched this film of an adult behaving aggressively towards a large inflated doll. The adult pummeled the doll with a mallet, flung it in the air, kicked it, and beat it in the face. Next, each child was left to play alone in a room filled with various toys, including the doll. As shown here, many children who viewed the film imitated the adult's exact behaviors and even devised new ways of hitting the doll. Children who did not see the film never displayed any of the aggressive behaviors performed by the adult. The experiment showed that children can learn aggressive behaviors just by watching others.
When elephants come upon the remains of another elephant, they grow tense and approach it cautiously. They quietly caress the bones, possibly attempting to identify the dead elephant. Elephants do not react this way when they encounter the remains of other animals, and this emotional display is one of the great mysteries of elephant behavior. In 1998, at the invitation of Cuban leader Fidel Castro, Pope John Paul II made a historic 5-day visit to communist Cuba. The 77-year-old Pope visited 4 cities and celebrated Mass before 750,000 people in Havana. The audience included communist officials, foreign visitors, and anti-Castro exiles who returned to Cuba just for the Pope's visit. Mexicans observe the 2nd day of November as El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. The celebration is held in honor of deceased friends and relatives. Participants dress in macabre costumes and make offerings of gifts, such as flowers and food, at shrines in their home and at grave sites. As night falls, celebrants ring church bells, place lighted candles on gravestones, and often have picnics in the cemetery. In 1970, socialist politician Salvador Allende won election as president of Chile. Allende redistributed land to peasants and nationalized many large corporations. These policies sharply divided the nation. Social unrest followed. In 1973, a military coup left Allende dead and led to almost 2 decades of direct military rule.
Hummingbirds have a special relationship with certain flowering plants. The flowers provide the hummingbird with nectar for food. When a hummingbird dips its long bill into a flower, the bill becomes dusted with pollen, some of which is transferred to the next flower the hummingbird visits. By transferring pollen from one flower to another, the hummingbird assists in plant reproduction. For protection, many fish swim in groups called schools. If a predator attacks, the fish congregate into a tight cluster. This rapid change in swimming pattern is visually confusing, and the predator finds it difficult to prey on a single fish. Some fish also form schools to hunt, while other species join schools only during the breeding season in order to find mates. Smart bombs are precision weapons that employ advanced technology, including lasers, television cameras, and other sighting devices. These weapons enable pilots to pinpoint targets on the ground.
Where's the bridge?
Bridge 1-1, affirmative.
Splash.
During the 1991 Persian Gulf War, United States and coalition aircraft used a wide variety of precision bombs and missiles to attack Iraqi forces. Here, a camera on board an American missile records an attack on an Iraqi target. In 1991, United States Supreme Court nominee Clarence Thomas was accused of sexual harassment by law professor Anita Hill during nationally televised confirmation hearings.
After a brief discussion of work, he would turn the conversation to a discussion of sexual matters. His conversations were very vivid.
Thomas denied the allegations.
I am a victim of this process. My name has been harmed. My integrity has been harmed. My character has been harmed. My family has been harmed.
Thomas was later confirmed by the Senate. The hearings raised national awareness of sexual harassment in the workplace. In 1959, United States Vice President Richard Nixon led Soviet Premier Nikita Khrushchev through a model kitchen at a United States exhibition in Moscow. Television cameras captured their impromptu political debate over the values of capitalism and communism.
And I will promise you that every word that you have said here will be reported in the United States, and they will see you say it on television.
Но я видел, я сомневаюсь, поэтому я хочу, чтобы вы, вице-президент, что вы даете слово, что моя речь тоже будет записана на английском языке. Будет, нет?
Certainly it will. Certainly. Yes. Right, right.
Moray eels are found in warm seas throughout the world. During the day, they hide in the crevices of rocks and reefs, darting out to surprise their prey. Moray eels use their large mouths, complete with razor-sharp teeth and powerful jaws, to seize unsuspecting fish as they swim by. But the moray eel is not always successful at catching its prey. Many sea creatures have evolved mechanisms that protect them from moray eels and other predators. Pufferfish, for example, inflate with air or water when they are threatened, making them too large to be consumed. Each spring and fall, many types of waterfowl undergo spectacular migrations covering more than 2,000 miles. To find their way, they interpret a variety of clues, including the positions of the sun and the stars. Migratory birds often travel in V formations so that each bird is lifted by the updrafts produced by the bird in front.